or business management. Um, Things that we're just gonna go over real quick since Jewel wasn't here and didn't get a chance to listen to the recording. You guys went to a bunch of places that I wasn't expecting, and so it was a bunch of faking for a little bit there. You guys went to a church and saw the priest who assisted you, question mark, with figuring out what the quote unquote curse was. And who was it? Charles had Charles? Chuck, what the fuck is your character's name?
Charles.
Charles. Okay. Charles had found where the item that was quote unquote cursing the place was underneath one of the stones underneath of a bed downstairs. That had an Elven scroll that required heat in order to read the hidden text on it, which basically said Goblin. The scroll was Elven, or the box was Elven. That's what it was. Well, maybe. Yep. The box was maybe Elven, but the scroll was written in Goblin. And it basically just said, fuck you, Murgrim. And was like originally just supposed to be a kind of like annoyance enchantment where it started off with just blowing out the candles, but because it was there for so long and it kind of grew into something much more sinister that was unexpected. So you guys are currently trying to figure out how you'll get rid of that. You've gone to the bank and spoken with the only goblin that you've ever seen in this city, who thought you were accusing her at first, Hoko. And they did say that they had done some investigations trying to locate another goblin because Goblin was uncommon in the area, and as far as they knew, Hoko was the only one. They questioned a lot of the staff that was originally at the theater that worked under Murgrim, and was not able to pull anything up. Nobody has ever seen this goblin. And then you guys found out from Karimu that while they had never seen the goblin, they had heard of the goblin. And when questioned about why it wasn't told to the bank, she explained that not a lot of people can go underneath of the bank's nose. So for those that can hide, they don't usually rat them out. You guys also went to the dock and spoke with a fisherman. Rotrin went to the quarry with Charles to speak with the quarry master, who I've since named Lennar, Broadbeard, and commissioned some stone to be delivered over the next 3 days in order to do whatever you're going to do to your building with it. Does anybody remember how much he said that was going to cost? Was it $250? No, that was the original price. No, the other one was $750.
Yeah, I was going to say, we talked it down Obsidian from 5,000 to, it was either 750 or 250.
750, I think.
Yeah, no, the other one was 250, yeah. So it's 750 for the Obsidian.
Did you guys still end up going with the Obsidian because of the 750, or did you guys end up going with the...
My memory is that they switched to the lowest quality of stone for 200.
Yeah, Spoon, do you remember, since it was dwarf to dwarf?
Oh, we bought the Obsidian.
Got the Obsidian for $750, got it.
Yeah, $4,000, 250, you know?
Yeah, he wasn't very trusting of you guys, so he had really spiked that price up there, and then on top of that, business is not as booming as it used to be, so he tried to scalp you guys on that. But then Rotrin came in with the whole dwarf to dwarf and got some rapport with him, and you guys were able to talk him down not only to the original price, but a discount of that price. So really, it went from originally a normal price would have been about 1,000, so it went down to 750. So you guys saved a pretty penny there for his scalping.
I took a leverage shyster.
The last time that you guys went to the brothel and spoke to Karimu about the goblin that was missing, You guys asked her, about it a little bit. She'd explained that while Murgrim would often go down the... Oh, how do you have access to that?
I was about to ask.
Is that in the brothel? Hold on. Let me find her. Yep. All of you got access to one of the girls in brothel. My apologies. She literally has nothing on her. But as you can see, I've now added a bunch of people. Or at least you saw one of the people I added. Anyway.
It makes sense. She has nothing on. She is in the brothel.
Does anybody else see any characters on their screen, on their character list that they didn't have before?
Wait, what?
Just so I can figure it out.
Check your journal for journals or any extra character sheets.
Oh, let me check here. I've only got Charles on mine.
I didn't have a character sheet. I just could, for whatever reason, play as her token.
I think that might have been the only one I accidentally clicked all on. The other ones I clicked all a couple of times, but then removed it. And I might have just forgotten on that one. If you guys find any other tokens you have, let me know and I'll fix it. But
I can't quite tell what you were asking or what people were just saying just now. I'm getting a lot of feedback coming off of Spiral. Sorry. What did you ask? I just want to make sure that I didn't need to respond.
So if you go into the chat channel and you see where it says as, and for you it's probably going to say Jewel. If you click on that, does it show Jewel and then just your character, or do you see more than that?
Which channel are you talking about?
The chat channel in Roll20.
Oh, in Roll20. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, I got that.
Okay, you only have those two, you and the other one?
Oh, no, I also have Jet.
Okay. 1 second, that's at the docks. Let's see, is that everybody? Nope, it's just you. Okay, does anybody have anybody else?
No, I'm good. No one else.
Spiral, you don't have to answer. You should have everyone. There's like 40 of the bastards right now. Okay. So Murgrim would use the boat when it was still in good condition to go down the canal. Typically, he would go to the right, but she never really followed Murgrim to see where he was going. She's the only one that is still in the city that used to work for Murgrim. Everybody else has either left and gone to other cities across the ocean, just spread out completely once they realized that the business was shutting down. While you were there, Maxwell had let Karimu go ahead and join you guys that day. So everybody was on their way back from the quarry and from the brothel back to the business, where there was a shady looking guy hunched over in like a black cloak standing at the door waiting for all of you. And we kind of ended it there. We didn't interact with him yet. So that's everything that you've missed and everything that so far has happened in the previous session. If anybody remembers something that I didn't mention that would like to fill her in on that, now is the time.
Just double checking, you did mention that a priest from somewhere else is coming in like 3 days to remove the curse.
A priest in 3 days is coming to remove the quote-unquote curse.
Hey, I'm actually gonna restart my phone. Maybe that'll fix it because I can't even connect to my car.
Okay.
Oh no.
So I'll be right back.
We did try destroying the source of the curse, but just nothing would do it. Not hitting it, magical fire, magical attacks, or Spoon's hammer.
And then DG, he can't do push to talk because he's on his phone.
He can't
Mm-mm.
on Discord.
Yeah, not on Discord.
I saw a setting on mine.
I wonder if he would have to be in Discord only in order to activate that then, because he's also in Roll20.
On his phone? Yeah, that makes it harder.
Actually, now I wonder, does mine have that setting? Give me just a second.
Hmm.
Voice and video. Yeah, mine doesn't have a push to talk setting on my phone. Oh wait, I lied. Button would I push? I don't even, it says that I have a button that I could push, but I don't know what I would push.
It just brings up a button on your screen when you're talking.
Oh, that's wild.
It makes its own button.
It's pretty awesome, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, under voice and video, input mode, push to talk, or voice activity.
Gotcha. Welcome back. Oh, also, I don't remember if you were here or not, Jewel, when Ari went to the docks to talk to people there, and I had a bunch of red circles on the board for
Yes.
fake people. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep, I just needed to restart the phone. Go figure.
Yay.
Nice. Were you here for that, Jewel?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So then for the most part, it sounds like you remember things that were here apart from the quarry, because the quarry was a last minute add-in thing that I had to do for Spoon. Other than that, I didn't have a lot of time today because I had things to do, but I did spend what time I did have free trying to work on this. So hopefully I've got everything covered now. If I don't, maybe next time. But I'm trying. Anyway, something else that had been mentioned before was a kind of like a market. So I did go ahead and add some things in regards to that, but I will let you guys know the same thing that I let Talk know when he asked about it. I had things planned in regards to this. So if you go to the market, things are pretty pricey because that's my punishment to you for going the easy way. So just be aware.
She still agreed to give you a punishment instead of me taking away the easy way. Thank her.
Is it
Anyway.
really the easy way if it's more expensive?
Yes.
It depends. So far, you guys haven't made a penny off of the business.
Well, yeah.
Just spending it.
We're still setting it up.
Technically, it's not our money that we're spending.
Well, I have sent out some inquiries while I was gone last week.
Well, we will be more than happy to go over what you were doing during that time period as soon as you guys meet up with each other. For now, do you want to have your person back at the theater?
Yes.
Now that you're back? All right. I am going to, is it here? Yep. I'm going to have you right there, just inside the door. All right. And then I will drag you guys over. So last place we were was at the theater. And Ratrin and Charles had just entered in from a crossroad that is basically right down here. And then Maxwell and Karimu had joined up coming from around this direction, and Dark Purr's went away from them at some point during the journey to go and do something business related as well. So this is where we're currently at. This is the guy that's hunched over with a bunch of items on his back. Just to give you a picture again, since she was not here last time, give me a moment. This is...
What's his name again?
I will tell you in a second. Is it in here? No. It's just the procurer is his name. Is it in here?
Sounds like a fancy way to name somebody who sells drugs.
Here's the picture. That's what he looks like. Just so you guys have a good idea of that. Alrighty. And now that we're all up to date on what's going on and everything, scene. Action.
Hold for talent.
Did he just walk to us, or was he there waiting for us to get there?
He was there waiting.
He's pretty much acting like it's his corner to sell things on for the day, as far as his posture goes. But yeah.
Max slowly moves closer.
I can't see two things. How close are you? I can't have Roll20 and Discord open.
Oh, he's basically just walking towards the group that's in front of the...
Are you sure you don't want me to share my screen so you can be on Discord and watch at the same time?
I mean, it would be delayed.
Fair.
Everyone's within 15 feet of the procurer, save for Cream. Cream's still sitting back a little bit.
Oh yeah, they nicknamed Creamu Cream, by the way.
I mean, you named her Cream in Japanese. That's exactly how they would say Cream.
See? Predicting the future.
I will totally Google that word in Japanese just to see if the spelling is the same.
No, if the Japanese are saying the English word cream, it would be how you... Never mind.
It's almost harvesting season.
Where's everyone been?
Off looking for information. We got some, and we may have more information about the curse.
Well, that's something.
Made a purchase at the quarry.
Got some beautiful obsidian heading our way.
Joel, as you're coming outside, you'll obviously see this gentleman over to the left as well. He keeps his head down for the most part. His hood covers his eyes, so nobody knows what his face really looks like. But he does seem to have this almost creepy-like grin on his face.
Yeah.
So, is this a friend of any of yours, or?
No, just further proof that we need to hurry up and finish this place. Liven up the neighborhood.
Is there anything I can do to help liven the neighborhood? Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Not to sound rude, sir.
Your name,
you
stranger?
sound exactly how I thought you would.
You guys see in his hands, as he says greeting everyone, he holds out his left hand, and every posting that you made on the job board near the bank is in his hand.
Every posting?
Every posting.
And what do you intend to do with those, sir?
He kind of just closes his hand. I beg your pardon, I am the procurer. And I could definitely offer you a number of different services you could need to liven up this business. People, items, information. Almost anything except for anything on Gold Child. Let me just get that out of the way now. But everything has a price, does it not?
It's not because you're a tabaxi, is it?
Okay,
Oh.
his voice is choppy for me.
He said, well, he did speed up a little bit there, but he said it's not because you're a tabaxi, is it? When you, his hands are not covered by gloves. While they are old and kind of long and leathery and clawy, they are not furry. It looks to be a normal humanoid that does not have fur as far as the person that stands in front of you.
Charles just kind of looks over at Roach and just goes, Roach, if you keep that up, you're going to think you're racist towards him or something.
I don't judge how all you humans like to make halflings like the mountain likes the snow.
Sir, what we were looking for were employees and things. You are only one man.
I can indeed help you with connections to get employees. I happen to have quite a few selections of some rather beautiful people that I can get a hold of for a price.
Are they better dressed?
Most definitely better dressed than a lot of you here, no offense, my lady. He's not even looking up.
Charles just kind of looks down at his clothes and is just like, he's thinking it like, I'm probably not included that most, am I?
Well, you could do with a couple inches of steel, but otherwise you look fine.
But indeed, I did see from your postings that you are searching for employees. If you give me 30 minutes, I can find everything you need.
Well, to be fair, that doesn't sound very different from what we can do in about 30 minutes.
Really? You've owned this business for a couple days and you're still searching for people?
Yeah, we're kind of multitasking, sir. You know how it is. You got to cover all bases.
Indeed, I do, and that is the reason for me being here, because I can cover every base.
What are you looking for? What do you get out of this arrangement?
What's your price?
Oh, that's all part of the negotiation and what you are looking for exactly.
To be fair, I'm also curious what exactly you do. Because obviously, it'd be a bit skeptical. I've run into individuals say they're selling advice on the street. You give them a coin, they're like, man, it was a bad idea to give me that coin. That's my advice to you. What will you actually do if you are paid?
Hold for talent. It's reading something. Well, if I am coming across as rather untrustworthy, then I do apologize. You see, the town is losing quite a bit of its population of people are just going elsewhere. Some people are just not as interested. And the employees I can acquire for you are from a different location, but can be acquired quickly.
Rotron leans over to whisper to Charles, is he talking about slaves?
Whisper that again?
Is he talking about slaves? Is that legal here?
I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not too much into the slave trade, Rotron, so
I will
hope he's
refuse.
not.
Outright.
Yeah, let's clarify something here, sir. Do we just call you Procurer, by the way? Because it's starting to feel a bit weird just calling you sir.
It is fine. And I can assure you these are not slaves. Just people in a different location that I can quickly go to and from.
So I'm going to just kind of turn my head a little bit so that he can't see my face. And whisper and cast message to Charles. And you're going to hear kind of like this, what it's my voice, but it sounds like you're hearing an echo of it in your head that just says, I don't trust him. Please be careful with whatever arrangement you decide to go with here.
Charles listens to that, and then he just kind of nods, not looking off at. What was the nickname you said to call Ecthelion? Leela?
Well, it's better than wet wipe. But
Jewel,
Sorry.
you see the hand of this person kind of motion over towards you, and this kind of says out loud, "If you'd rather go inside and have a conversation to what I can't hear it, you are more than welcome."
say that again?
On the DL, he heard your message.
Ow.
That's interesting.
Going in shop. Yep.
Yeah, because sending message is silent. Unless you have telepathy, you can't hear it.
And whatever.
Which, to be fair, he could. He does seem creepy
could.
enough to have telepathy.
Has this guy been grinning the entire time?
Not the entire time. Of course, it'd be really hard and awkward to creepily smile the entire time that somebody is talking. So it's just normal movement of his lips when he's talking. But it seems like his baseline when there's not conversation is the creepy smile. You're welcome to try and roll insight to see whether it's honestly creepy or if dude's just really awkward.
I'm willing.
All right. Testing.
You just don't trust people in general.
I can't read him well.
I am immediately like on edge and like stiffening up.
Max, to you, he just seems pretty awkward. Like, personality wise. Like, he's not a big people person. So he just has this awkward smile because he thinks that he's more approachable if he smiles, is how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick thought Charles just had. He looks over to Max and also to Cream behind him. He goes, "Yeah, I've just had a thought. Let's step onto the sidewalk here real quick."
Yes, we wouldn't want another repeat of Murgrim now, would we?
Max
Oh, you
nodded
know
and
about
just
that.
leads Kareem onto the sidewalk.
To be fair, Rotron, we've kind of gone around spreading that like wildfire, asking people about it.
Yesterday.
Yeah, when there's not that many people around, news spreads.
How is that possible? No one goes to the tavern.
Yeah. Anyways, sir, I'm gonna put it down honest with you. You are, frankly, slightly creepy individual that just showed up in front of our business that we're working on renovating. Coming in here, spewing some rather ambiguous wording while we're dealing with some stuff. Just be straight up with me. How do you do it? Where do they come from? Give me that. I guarantee we can get something worked out nice, quick, and easy. You'll have your coin. We'll have our work. And everybody will be in happy moods. Can't you agree?
Indeed. Are you familiar with the Feywild?
Feywild rings some bells. Should I do a history check on that, actually?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I just wanted to double check there. As soon as it actually lets me get there, goddamn. Oh, this probably isn't going to be good. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't very good.
While they're talking, I just want to just give him a once over.
You
Oh,
may have
what was
heard
the
you may have heard about the Feywild, like here and there. As to what it actually is, you haven't a clue. You
Oh,
figure
okay.
some forest somewhere.
Okay, cool. So that was exact the path I was gonna describe. Yeah, so Charles just kind of thinks for a second. He's like, I've heard stories, I heard rumors, but I'll be frank, I don't much know any true things about it, I suppose.
Yes, well, the most common knowledge about the Feywild is that it is a different plane of existence. And where I recruit people is like the Feywild, but a little different. I have means of fast travel to and from there that would acquire most people a very powerful wizard or druid to attempt such a journey.
And why would they come with you?
Oh, it's people looking for work, obviously. I'm just the in-between man, and lots of people want passage over to this realm and don't really have a good reason for it.
Insight check.
Roll it.
Come on.
He still has the creepy, awkward grin. He seems like he's telling the truth.
What
You
form of
Can't really
contract
be
do you run up?
certain.
What was that?
He's asking what form of contract does he run up? What is everything he needs to detail in his contract? He's basically asking Maxwell.
Yeah, like a paper form we can look at.
I'll help Spiral with that real quick. It's not really a contract. It's just a business transaction, essentially. The same way with the quarryman.
Ah, okay.
What she said.
What
God.
God? You hear an echo in your voice, echoed voice in your heads. It's just business.
What the fucking elves?
Why is it always elves with you?
Why
He's
isn't it elves
racist,
with
don't worry
you?
about it.
Those are
That's
both
what's
very
fair,
good
isn't it?
questions.
Anyways.
And you, sir, who are you? Are you from the Feywilds?
Not exactly the Feywild, but a different plane of existence.
So the Feywild.
Sure.
It's from the fake
Definitely a wild place. But indeed,
You
keep in mind I do sell, or I can acquire the trade of more than just employees, items, information. Anything else you could possibly be looking for to help spruce up the place. Maybe a different rug, or new chairs, or even a better curtain.
you're offering the wares of an entire market on you.
Indeed.
To be fair, he did just say he was essentially a planeswalker. So I mean, now, sir, the thing that again is like you're. There's still a couple questions. It sounds like you do have a very handy set of skills, and the fact that no matter what we need, it seems like we can get from you. But again, these concerns of everybody here are kind of popping up again. Is everyone that's coming from this other plane, are they coming willingly? Because again,
Of
that's
course.
kind of the main concern.
I do beg your pardon if I'm coming off as a little bit creepy, as you would say. I'm not usually out in front of this many people at once. But yes, I can assure you, every possible employee or acquaintance, friend, whatever you need, would be coming willingly. Think of it as an escape across the border, or over the wall, as some would say.
So it's not necessarily that they're not coming against their will, but it's more so they're leaving someplace they really don't want to be.
I guess that varies from person to person. I haven't met everybody. I'm not entirely sure.
What do you get out of it? Is this what kind of arrangement? Are you expecting compensation for finding someone?
He works for the bank, doesn't he?
Not necessarily for the bank, but I am good. Godchild is an acquaintance.
Do you have a form of catalog on you so we can actually see your wares?
Hey, voice in my head, do I have stuff on me they can see?
If you open up your cloak, you will have swatches, essentially, of different fabrics, of different kinds of stone, of different kinds of wood that do not exist in this city.
Right. So that came in a whisper for some reason.
Opening up your cloak. You want to buy some swatches?
Hey, wait, what you looking for? I got what you need over here. Check out this watch.
Genuine swatches.
We need a New York accent in here. I'm changing his voice to New York accent, everybody.
That's fine. Maxwell says,
I'm
eminence
kidding.
of the people.
Ah!
Do you have information of the people you would hire for us or bring our way? Or are we taking
can
a shot
acquire
in the dark
information.
bring over?
But if you do inquire to meet some people, just know I can bring some here. There would be no charge until you agreed upon the participants, and if not, they would possibly go back. Or they may find other work here, if they were interested. Who knows?
This ability to go back and forth must be effortless for you.
Indeed. And he vanishes. And then comes back.
Okay.
Show off.
Stop sending me messages mid-talking. It's making me laugh. Oh, hold on a sec, guys. I made a mistake getting in my car. It's hot in here.
This is
Holy
perfect.
crap.
That Georgia heat for you.
Oh my god.
Brianna just starts backing up. You can tell she's even more tense. Like she does not want to have anything to do with this conversation.
So he's gonna kind of just motion a finger, and like the cloak will move out of the way a little bit, and you'll see like a lot of oddly shaped and colored flowers that like it gives off a real beautiful scent, but like the colors are very bizarre. Like it's purple mixing into gold towards the stem of the flower, or some are just like a mixture of just like a dark, almost sapphire plant that you see the leaves almost have like the coloration moving as if it's underwater or something. And they're very beautiful. If anyone is familiar with plants, you do not recognize any of these. And the other side of his cloak, he removes the cloak. You see some of the juicy bits. So the cloak moves, and you also see on the other side there would be, of course, the different kinds of stones and other things, materials that you might use for alchemy. There's like a small little row of 6 different potions of different colors. Some of them are multicolored. Some of them are obviously just the red potion that you would recognize to be a healing potion if you've ever seen one. But yeah, he does that and kind of just, he keeps his head lowered just to kind of, like, if you are interested, I have plenty to offer. And if you would like,
we could do sort of a trial. I can bring however many people you require for 25 gold flat. But nothing is paid until afterwards, of course.
Well, couldn't hurt to try.
Anyone else care to give their feedback?
You bring them, but you don't get your gold until I speak to them.
But of course, that is how the transaction works.
I'm just saying it's a
So,
group vote here. I'm down for it, but if you all are having your reservations, now's a good time to word them.
I'd rather not. Maxwell said this plainly. No offense to you, but I do not trust you.
I don't trust him, but I worry for whoever he might be trying to peddle.
Rotring, go ahead and roll. Spiral, what would it be for just like, I guess it would be passive. Would it be some sort of passive perception if trying to recollect things that you've seen while walking around?
that's either perception or just a flat intelligence check for like memory, I think.
Rotring, roll one, whichever one of those you want for me. So, if you would like, you are more than welcome to explain to the group that as far as walking around and just looking around as you have been, it does not seem that there are a whole lot of any kind of homeless people in this city, which means that all of them likely have jobs and many are not looking. And you also recall that Gordak even has 3 jobs now because you guys also hired him. So a
Right.
lot of people likely have multiple jobs.
Right.
That
Well,
is a subtle hint.
I didn't much care, but the pool of talent is fairly small around this particular town. Unless you want to go try and take a deposit from the brothel, as it were. That said,
Who's talking
I'm gonna go to
now?
grab a drink.
Well, indeed. I shall acquire 1, 2. How many are you looking to meet?
I think we were originally agreeing on 3, right, Lena?
And if it is a very wide variety of people, any specific race or genders you prefer?
I just care about the job. A carpenter would be nice.
Skill set, good choice. But like I said earlier, if you'd give me just 30 minutes and meet back around this spot or possibly in the theater, I will be back, and we shall speak business then.
It's like smile, like almost like twitches down, like the smile fades and then goes back to the smile. You can you can just see that it's almost like a strain on his face, but the smile is permanent in this particular moment. But with that, he kind of says we'll be back, and then he kind of just fades into nothing, and he is no longer in that spot.
Shit, we forgot to ask for extra waiters and waitresses.
If
Gordak's got everything down.
If what he brings is any good, we can discuss further things then. But I don't trust
Good
him.
point. I'm not saying I trust him either, but some people just have that creepy vibe and can't do much about it. You know how those other planes types can be.
I do. But I also don't trust easy. Maybe that's my own personal flaw.
Sounds better than mine, and he just kind of shakes his right leg a bit.
I'd say your elected is warranted here. How he approached us, and how he just feels like he can sell to us whatever he wants, and that he is the only one that could do it. Speaks of an arrogance I do not care for.
Well, you're putting up with me pretty well, Max.
You haven't been an ass.
Debatable.
Your arrogance also seems to be a farce. You play arrogant, yet you cared for the old man who died.
Kinda, but we'll leave it at that. By the way, so who's the new lass that's been standing back there quietly?
Karimu, the one we met in the brothel. I hired it on early.
I might have been in the bath when y'all were talking to her.
She'll kind of like slowly walk up, nod to you guys. Hello.
She's a minstrel. Can sing
Hold
and
on,
play the instruments.
The flute player, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I remember now. I remember. I think I walked up to the bar right after y'all finished up your conversation.
You were picking up minstrels. I've been out speaking to some of the people of this town, finding out what kind of entertainment they enjoy. Apparently, there was a group that came through here not too long ago with acrobatic otters. It was most impressive to the locals. So it seems like they are quite an eclectic bunch.
Hell, I would have loved to see a group of acrobatic otters.
Yes, the flying otters. Fascinating. Maybe we can get them to come back through and rent out our place.
Karima will just smile and tilt her head to the side and go, they were quite marvelous when they were here.
How long since your last play? Or last show?
Of the flying otters? Or,
Mhm. The Flying Otter.
oh, the flying otters have been gone for at least 5 years. They travel a lot.
Could be returned for them in the town. Maxwell shrugs.
I know we're focusing on getting the club portion taken care of as well, but I did want to try and find something to hopefully pack out the actual auditorium. I think we're going to get much more heavy income through using this venue.
But for now, we should get everything looked up in order, though, because it is kind of falling apart.
It is very bad.
Speaking of falling apart, that is essentially what the curse was. It evolved from simply put, an annoyance type of curse and became I feel like there's a technical term here I'm forgetting that I've heard before. A curse of deterioration? Something like that?
I think we should head inside before we finish talking.
Is Creepy Dude still there?
He poofed off.
No, he vanished after he said we'll do business later.
Okay,
and
cool.
Is the theater around anywhere populated, or is the street mostly vacant?
This theater, with it being 2 buildings, takes up a lot of space. But I mean, if you walk down the road, there are other businesses or homes that are along the road. But as far as like immediate neighbors, like maybe a 1 to 2 minute walk next door, no, it's probably like a good 10-15 minute walk to your neighbors. But it's mostly this area is mostly the theater, but
Wow.
just like a little bit further walking wise, it's houses and other businesses. If you were on a horse cart not trying to run people over or run from the law, then it would, a normal trot, it might take you like 2 minutes because it's a horse.
So not too bad.
Is
Then.
the theater like conveniently placed between, like in real life, the gas station and the McDonald's, or maybe the grocery store? Or are they like the furthest away from it?
What?
Where the theater is located.
Station at
Their
the
prime
McDonald's.
location.
Where the theater is located. What is the actual question?
Like, how close is it to like the other businesses in town? Like, looking at the map, and I know we were going to redo it. I was just curious. Like, if they were to go to the bank, is that a 10-minute walk?
Oh, if they were to go to the bank and it was a walk without any kind of horse or anything like that, it would be about probably a 30-minute walk. The city is not small. Kind of cramped in certain areas, but the bank is more towards like the beginning of the city over towards the docks, and
Right.
the museum is further in.
All right. Just asking, like, if they were to go to the bank and it took 30 minutes, they'd be at the bank, and then the procurator would be back. Like, those sons of bitches stood me up.
Oh, let me poof away the procurator. I forgot. Sorry. And then Karimu is just gonna like walk in and go this way.
So what do we need to do? Where are we at? What do we need to do to get this
Do
done?
this first.
Rachin, where are you going?
I think he was drinking in the.
Yeah, no, he's just got an extra token in the corner for some reason.
Oh, okay. Where's your token?
He's in the bar.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
We went to look for information on this curse, and we found it. If you didn't notice, in the lounge area or the area below it, there's a big hole in one of the guest rooms. It's where we found that piece of paper that had the curse on it.
Who has the paper with the curse, actually?
I thought I had it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rotron has it.
Oh, he has it? Oh, yeah, you took it from me to
Someone
smash it.
someone put it in their pocket.
Yeah, I was thinking it was either Max or Rotrin. I just couldn't remember.
Whoever, did someone cast a spell to read Goblin?
That was
Charles.
Charles.
I thought maybe you grabbed it after you read it, but
No,
you
I
guys
did
can say
grab it.
whoever has it.
Charles
I
blasted
grabbed it,
with
we took it
fire.
outside and tried to burn it, and then smash it with a hammer and a magic weapon. And Rotrin ended up taking it after.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
But,
that's for her. I went to the. We went to the Goblin at Goldchild's place. I don't remember her name. And then we went to the brothel, Karimu, which gave any information on it. And gratefully, she did.
And she'll kind of like shyly smile and then nod her head ever so slightly, yes.
So we know it actually is cursed. We don't know
as
how
far as
to-
I can tell, yes.
But we don't know how to get rid of it.
Oh, we know how to get rid
We
of
need
it.
the original. Sorry, you go.
Oh, we know how to get rid of it. It's the problem is getting to that point. We have two options. Max, I think you were about to say that first one was finding the original. The other option we have is wait until this priest gets here who has an ability to remove curses. Either way, our problem's solved. It's just that obviously there's still kind of the untouched issue of who put the curse here and would they be as petty to come back even though Mergrim doesn't own the business anymore.
I'd like to talk to this goblin
Hmm.
so this never happens again.
To be fair, it was pretty easy to find just using a little bit of the magic touch, but
We don't want
obviously
to
having to
over and over
call
again.
in a specialist to deal with curses every time is going to be annoying if we don't find whoever's doing it.
There must be someone who knows what was going on with the old man. If he had enemies, who would want to curse him? Find out if it's something with this place, or if it was an old issue with him.
Karimu said no one actually knew who this goblin was. Apparently, the old man knew it, but he never told anyone about the goblin itself, just that he knew a goblin. I look at
Well,
Karimu, right?
That's right. While he never mentioned them by name, he did mention a goblin often, and he always said she when talking about her, but nobody ever saw a goblin. The only goblin anybody's ever seen around here is Hoko over at the bank.
well, I know you two don't trust that whatever the hell his name was.
Procure.
But he did say he sells information as well. And if he proves true in his ability to, well, assist, then it might be worthwhile seeing if we can get some information from him as well.
I do think he's along the riverbed, around the canal, whatever.
It's worth a shot.
I will say that if you're going to start asking people about a goblin to please be careful, because as I was telling your friend here, the reason why when we were questioned by the bank as to any news about a goblin and we lied and said that we had none is because people can't hide from them very often here. So those who are able to do so successfully, we try not to ruin that for them.
I'd rather do this in secrecy. And if this guy is a acquaintance of Goldchild, I don't know how far that runs. And I don't want him to sharing his information with Goldchild, especially if he'll sell this information to Goldchild for compensation.
To be fair, if he was friends with Goldchild, he might have already done just that. So that's why we're having trouble finding the individuals, because Goldchild already found them.
Maybe, but not certain.
Nothing's ever certain. Well, except payday. That one's usually pretty certain.
How did you get in here? I'll make a necklace from your gizzard, you flying gremlin!
Maxwell
I'm
We
not
ignored
the
should
only
that.
check
one
on
who heard
him.
that.
We should check on him.
All right.
You can do
So,
that.
Y'all run ahead. I'll catch up.
oh, I put a little dot there. Let me get rid of it. There we go. She's gonna follow you guys as well over there.
Charles heading the back of the pack because cripple.
And then we're gonna
Maxwell
shift.
gets behind him and slaps a guidance. There.
We stroll in. Rotrin's just being a crazy drunk by himself.
Are there any windows in this particular room?
They can be wherever you want them to be.
Sweet.
There's no door to this place, right?
There is.
Door
It's
to the
right here.
outside.
From the
No,
top floor, no.
Okay.
Yeah, the doors are on the bottom floor of this area.
Hey, Rotrin, you all right in here?
Bloody sandwich stealing rat. You see
Rat.
Roger standing
Rats?
next to one of the fucking windows with his crossbow out, just scanning the horizon.
The elves are coming.
Charles, roll a perception check for me.
Gotcha. Uno momento. And that's with guidance, right? So 1d4.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Have we searched any of the old man's stuff?
18.
Did he live here? Oh,
He did not live here. The quarters downstairs were for his employees.
yeah.
Charles, the minute that you walk into this room, you knowing how to work around a kitchen and with the background that you have, you can tell something's gone rotten in here.
God. Rotrin, did you
Hey!
bring in something that wasn't supposed to be in here?
Well,
As you get closer to the kitchen, it gets worse.
Oh, God. Damn. What's gone bad in here?
The fish.
How in all you're just gonna hear Charles from the other room just how in the hell? The fish gone bad.
The
Well,
fish.
if you'll remember, there was a date posted on it for when they would go bad. Today is that day.
Well, no, it's still the same day. We made those salmon cakes this morning.
Was it this morning?
Yeah.
This is day 2.
I thought it was the day before. No, you guys
the-
came, got the business, went to sleep, and then okay. We'll say
Yeah.
that it was the curse then.
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say, like, I just made rotten food for everyone this
We're
morning.
still gonna
God.
say the date on them changed though to today.
Oh, okay.
So there's a visual that something has happened.
hashtag just curse things.
Just curse things.
So our food will degrade as well. That's not good to know.
Oh, so we can't. Charles just kind of rubs his like hand over his face for a second, and just looks over at Max. Is like, "This mean you know what this means, right?"
We need to find that goblin quickly. You have food here, and this place sucks.
The old man must
No,
have
this place
known
doesn't suck.
something.
What it
As of
does
now.
mean is that if you guys want a good breakfast from me, I will not be able to make it here, or at least I will not be able to have food in storage here until we get that curse taken care of.
Buying more food stuff will just get it wasted in no time.
Exactly. So we gotta toss all this out. Can I check around see if anything else has gone bad so I can make sure I just get it all in one go and not like make multiple stupid trips?
I'll help him if he can.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll another perception.
Gotcha.
With advantage, with me helping him,
Yeah.
Dope.
plus guidance.
Hell yeah.
The old man must have known something. He must have. I think I would like to find out where he lived and go through his things. Something will give us an idea of what it is we're dealing with.
The fish is the only thing that's gone bad in here. And the only thing that's happened since the fish was that the lights got blown out.
What about the bird we had over here? There's a bird, like a turkey or a chicken or something.
Yeah, it's still fine.
Mhm.
Well, at least we have something for dinner.
I would start cooking it now.
Actually, yeah. What time is it?
At this point, it's pretty close to the evening. Like it's hitting that 6, 7 o'clock at night portion.
Charles will look over to Max and be like, "Can you take out the fish while I start cooking them?"
How heavy is the barrel of fish?
The barrel was, I'm gonna say, about half full. So they're pretty decent sized fish. I'm gonna say it's probably in total about 30 pounds.
But yeah, then he could do that.
Yeah, little fish.
Max starts pulling the barrel of rotting fish out. Where's Karimu, by the way?
I forgot to put her down. 1 second.
No, don't put down Cream if she's a good dog.
Did you just call her a dog?
Yes,
Y'all hear that? Spiral called Karimu a bitch.
I did.
Excuse me?
You called her a dog.
Spiral misogynist confirmed.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Karimu's just sitting at the stool at the bar. When you're dragging that out, I just want you to be aware that there's like a small, almost congealed like slime that follows you all the way from the kitchen to wherever you walk with that barrel.
Your name is
He's already dead.
her name is Jewel, right? Was that just your name for Roll20?
No, it's Ixilion, but I think that she said like Lila or something like that.
You can
Lillian?
Liana.
Liana,
Like
Liana, can you help with
Ixilion,
that?
like Liana for short.
Liana,
yeah.
can you help with that?
Yeah, and I'm just going to kind of go back to where I can see water in the sink and do shape water, get my little water ball and try to like wash the floor. I will not be doing any actual manual labor.
Yeah, the glow water is what I'm looking for.
Got it. Yeah, no problem. You get up the slime. The smell still lingers, which somebody else may need to take care of with maybe prestidigitation or something at some point, which Charles has. But the slime at the very least is gone.
And I'm just gonna look to shoot, what's her name?
Karimu.
Cream.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just gonna look at Cremo and be like, "Do you mind?"
I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
Could you clean this?
Oh, of course. Do you want me to help you mop it up, or
Yes.
okay? So she'll kind of like venture off into the kitchen and find a rag that was on the sink and kind of dip it in the water and then come back and start on her hands and knees just scrubbing at the floor spots with the rag.
Charles was gonna start cooking, but I'm trying to find what we used to roll the first time for cooking.
Performance.
Oh, it was for. Oh, dope. Okay, he's ready for really good food. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. I just jinxed myself. Fuck.
Oh, don't worry. I need you to roll a flat D20 before you start cooking.
Oh no, am I gonna catch fire? What are you
I
doing?
don't know.
Oh my god, the
I mean,
stove.
I'm not doing it.
Fuck.
Stove.
All right, as you were.
No, don't do that to me.
You were. Oh, jeez.
No, you fucking give me PTSD
Look,
by
Charles.
saying as
Charles
you were.
doesn't. Charles doesn't know what's happening. He's started cooking.
I swear to God, if I turn around, there's a fucking ghost behind me or some shit. I'm gonna be upset.
No, I'm not that creative.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Are you putting your hands on the chicken to get ready to cook it?
Oh my God. So, yeah, we're getting ready to cook it. So I also have an extra. God, that roll. Why is that roll so fucking high? Because that gets a two bonus because it's using cooking utensils from proficiency, And on top of that, we got that 1d4 from guidance.
Guidance only works once. Sorry.
Oh, okay, my bad. So it's just got a total of 26.
It's the
Basically
total of
correct.
26.
For the cooking roll.
What were you cooking?
I was going to use the chicken.
If you want to describe how you're preparing the chicken, that'd be awesome.
All right. So I'm just trying to remember the ingredients we had in the... What's it called? And the chicken was already defeathered and everything, right?
It was.
Okay. I know we talked about flour. We had flour in there. Did we have any herbs, seasonings, anything of that nature in there? I forget if we said anything.
You have a mortar and pestle, but as far as you can tell, you don't see any kind of seasonings other than little dried up crumples that are left over in the mortar and pestle. This is really pretty. You want to keep it here?
I just had a brilliant idea. It doesn't matter if we don't have any, because one of the things you can do... Wait.
Is she cooking? Okay. All right, I love you. Bye. Hey, bring me a soda.
Hey, we all stopped for your whispering.
What kind of soda? My own crotch goblin walked in to give me a rainbow picture she drew me.
Oh,
Yeah, but did she bring you a soda? I mean,
She just left.
she
to go
is
get it.
now.
2 kids gone die tonight.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
good.
so the last thing I remember is Charles gasping, saying we don't need spices because something.
Yeah, so I was about to say, prestidigitation, you can create a non-magical trinket, but I was like, wait, hold on. Does, like,
I don't
herbs
think
count as
spices are a
non-magical
trinket.
But it's fine, because the other thing you can do is you can flavor up to 1 cubic feet of non-living material.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it
but
doesn't
you
matter
create a
anyways.
salad.
I mean, it still solves
Technically,
the
an
problem.
technically, an herb has life.
You can... What?
But you can change flavor. You can change flavor.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
I'll
Well,
let that
and
one slide.
technically, a plant is dead the second it's disconnected from its roots. So the herb, once disconnected, is no longer living.
Okay, then I will let you get away with it if you say dried herb.
All right. What about a lemon? Does a lemon count as living material?
Not after it's been plucked.
Yeah, no.
Ooh. I could make some, like, lemon herb seasoned baked chicken strips of some kind, perhaps.
Oh no.
Don't do that to me, man, because now I'm sitting here like,
No, I'm saying oh no, because that sounds delicious and I'm hungry. All I had was a
I'm
salad.
fucking starving. That's one of the things I was whispering to my kid about was if food was ready yet.
okay. Yeah, so he's
You
going
heard.
to start off by preparing the chicken. He's going to divvy it up to make sure there's enough portions for everybody, including a portion for Dark Purrs whenever he gets back. And we're going to go for kind of like a lemon herb seasoned type chicken. And using a bit of the flour, you might be able to make some bread and then give it a bit of a buttery taste as well. Ooh, okay. We've turned into Popeyes apparently. Yeah, so that's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna end up churning out some lemon herb kind of seasoned chicken, with some biscuits that have a nice buttery taste to them. He makes it work,
Well, butter my biscuits.
literally.
So
That was the part when
while...
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, please, go ahead.
I was about to say, now's the part when you tell me that I catch fire while I'm cooking the chicken.
So you have chosen death.
I lied.
So
You fall down and fry that
while
crust.
you are having this amazing inner monologue of how you're going to get this chicken ready, you've summoned all of these things that you're getting ready to use. You've gotten everything together. It's all laying across, on the boxes and whatnot, ready to get started. And the minute you touch the chicken to start getting it ready, from your hand spreads out the rot across the rest of the chicken.
All you're gonna hear from the fucking kitchen is just "son of a bitch," and just the sound of a foot kicking something, and then immediately fuck. And yeah. And you're just gonna just hear silence from that point on as Charles basically stares at the chicken and is like, fuck.
Rotran will take 2 steps south. He will look at Karimu. Hey, Hog Magnet! Check on the Humi, would you? Thanks! And he goes back to the window to stand
Pop her
vigil
head up.
against the big bad evil guy of the session.
She pops her head up to look at him while he's talking to her, and she goes, "Of course." And she gets up and she runs towards the kitchen. What's going on?
Charles is like clutching his knee for a moment, just like, fuckity fuck.
No, she'll run over to you and like grab your shoulder a little bit and be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine. Just, of course, the curse decides to touch the chicken the second I'm about to cook this amazing dinner that I had a brilliant idea for. And in my frustration, I used my bad leg to kick the fucking counter like a moron.
Oh, I see. She'll kind of like still use her hands to try and like assist with making sure that one, you're balanced, and two, if you do go to step on the leg that you're holding, that you've got some assistance in doing so. Karimu seems to be a very compassionate person that has a lot of empathy and sympathy. A caretaker almost, if you will. Very sweet, very shy, very innocent.
Don't change, lass. Don't change. He'll be there for a moment, just kind of like soothing the muscle, and eventually he'll be able to stand on it again. But so now we are out of protein options.
At that very moment, Karimu will go, "Oh, well, may I suggest? In the times that I was here with Murgrim, while things like this did happen inside the building, normally we only brought this food in here when it was getting ready to be cooked up and served, because otherwise things like this would happen. So we normally kept this stuff off of the grounds at Murgrim's place because it didn't do this stuff there. It seems to be localized to here. But if I may suggest, the market here, the guy who runs Meat and Things is the name of the business. I don't know if you have enough rapport with him to get the normal prices. He's very mean when it comes to outsiders. But you may look into maybe hunting in the woods nearby and then placing the food products outside of the building.
Fresh caught food always does taste better. I just had a thought.
I was cutting you off. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask. So, I can create food items, right, with prestidigitation?
I don't think
I can
so.
look it up. I don't think so, though.
Okay. No, I was just double checking because I know we were talking about creating the lemons and the dried herbs and stuff. Because
I think you can create flavor. You can.
I think
You can.
Druidcraft makes like small herbs, possibly.
because I was just thinking, it's like, well, if it does that, could I possibly just bake the chicken?
Yeah, creating
Oh
food,
no, it has to be something that can fit in your hand.
creating food is a 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Okay, well I can still do flavoring. All right. See.
Well, when she started mentioning Murgrim's place, I'm running over and running into the room and just saying, "You know where he lived."
Yeah, all of us knew where Mr. Murgrim lived.
Can you take me?
Yeah, and I can take you if the bank hasn't already swooped in, of course.
I would very much like to see it. I truly think he has to have known something. There must be something along his personal belongings that will give us additional information. There has to be. You can't have this kind of a business and not have more information.
Of course. Yeah, I could definitely take you. Are you wanting to go now or at like first light?
Not now. But yes, in the morning.
Okay. And she'll look back over at Charles. Are you okay? She'll hesitantly remove her hands from you.
That should be fine. Just gotta figure out what we're gonna do for dinner now. Might have to keep it either light or improv. Could he still make the biscuits? But he is gonna try and use mage hand to do it rather than his own hands, because if him touching the chicken is what caused it to rot right then and there, maybe mage hand will save the biscuits at least.
Yeah, you've got flour, you've got water. It's basically biscuits.
Yeah. And then we're going to use some good old prestidigitation to go ahead and flavor them up a bit more than he was originally planning. So they're more like buttery cheddar biscuits from like Red Lobster.
Gotcha, okay.
Well, that's the cue. Go ahead and roll that curse roll.
You can be back whenever you want to be back. Where did you go?
Throwing out the fish.
Oh, throwing out the fish. Oh, yeah, you could be back by now. It's over by the boat, by the way.
Okay.
So you just have disadvantage on the performance check.
Oh, okay. So it's a separate performance.
Yeah, the curse roll is just flat for if something happens.
No,
And
I
then-
meant like because the biscuits were originally part of the first performance roll.
Oh, we'll
The
make it
curse is
separate because the curse affected one item, which was the chicken.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And will they instantly go stale?
That's still pretty good with a +2 bonus of 13.
Yeah, you'd have to roll really low to mess up biscuits.
Yeah. So maybe not as impressive as those salmon cakes, but it'll do considering the fact that this curse is actively fighting me making dinner.
It's at that moment that you realize, or not that you realize, but you have the thought, what does the curse have against good fucking food?
Ghost is hungry.
How long has it been since we told that procurer that he'll be back?
It's about that time. Like, out of the 30 minutes, it's been about 28. So he should be arriving back at the front of the theater here pretty soon.
Who's willing to meet him and see what he's brought with him?
Well, I'm busy serving up these biscuits, so I mean...
I will
So-
go if
I'll go with you.
Max nods. Anyone else?
Yeah, screw it. I suppose I can bring the biscuits along.
Mm-hmm.
And Charles kind of looks behind him as they're walking. It's like, you coming too, Cream, or are you going to stay here with Rochan?
You can go look for go look for a room downstairs if you'd wash.
Krimu will just kind of like put a hand up and shake it and her head, motioning no, she doesn't want to go and meet the procurer. One moment for Crotch Goblin. What?
They're not.
Okay, I'll be out there in a second.
And guess what?
Chicken butt.
Here's something hilarious.
Can you tell me in a little bit? I'm doing D&D right now.
What a shame.
What do you? Okay, if it's gonna be quick, tell me the funny thing and then get out.
So this guy's grandma sleeping in this guy's blanket.
Uh-huh.
And she said it was comfortable when he asked him when he asked her what is she doing. It was a dick.
Get out.
Okay.
I swear, she's funny 38% of the time. Like, really funny.
Give me my
Is it what I thought you just said?
Huh?
Did you say it was a duck? Yeah, I didn't think so. Get out.
Did I teach him that joke wrong?
She left her own joke.
No, she was telling me about some video that she was watching that she thought was funny, where some guy was asking what the grandma was doing in bed or something, and then I lost the rest of the story after she said it was a dick.
That sounds like the end of it.
Yeah, that was it. She just whispered that last word and then stared at me like I was gonna
The
laugh.
word was funny too.
Boogers.
Alrighty. So after you guys figure out who all is going over there, it's about that time that he is back. And the procurer will be standing outside waiting for you guys. And Spiral will send you a message.
Yes, indeed. Hello, everybody. As promised, I have brought forth a couple of acquaintances that may or may not help you. This fellow right here, and I can't ping him. If you could ping that guy. This would be the carpenter, if you were in need of his services. The rest could be potential waiters or waitresses, or anything else you may need them to do. Custodian, janitor, anything.
You realize at that moment that when you guys had mentioned that you should have mentioned that he wasn't there, that you saw.
Sorry, what?
One of you, I think it was Charles, who is at the moment away because he was getting a drink.
No, I'm back, I'm back.
Oh, never mind, he's back. When you had said, "Dang, I should have mentioned waiters," he was already gone. Per your preview.
Have you read our minds?
You don't know. This is a halfling, just so you guys are aware. He
no.
is wearing, it's not a girl, so there's that. But let me get him for you so you can have a picture of him as soon as I figure out where the hell I've put him. Oh, right. Did I leave him in downloads? I did. All right. So this is what he looks like. That's Spiral's messages. Hold on.
Ew!
Let me fix that. All right. This is what he looks like. Very short, hairy feet, but he does have a lot of wood carving tools around his sides, as well as like the whatever the fuck that thing that he's wearing, the apron thing, is.
Did you say his name was?
I haven't.
Okay.
His name is
Are you asking him his name?
Yes. What is your name?
Spiral. You can either choose to say the first and last name, or you can just say the first name or the last name. But this one's name is Jukely No Brocro.
Excuse me, what?
No, I won't be saying that.
Yeah. So, but the first name he goes by Juke. JUC.
So I just want to walk over and kind of start looking these people up and down and trying to get a pulse on just their general demeanor or attitude towards being here.
Alrighty. So I will go ahead and send you their pictures since you're giving them an up and down look there. Let's see. What do I have there? So this is the last feller. And you'll notice I'm sure that you guys will see these photos and be like, oh. This is the lass right next to him. This is the lass right next to her. This is the gentleman right next to her. And then, where is her big picture? Oh, I had to scroll down more. This is the lady that's in the front. As far as getting a feel for how they feel, roll insight. Okay. So with the insight roll, it's a little mixed. The girl in the front seems to have almost like these really colorful butterflies. Almost, they remind you of fireflies in this world, but these are most definitely butterflies that are glowing like this. And while right now there is not very many, there are some that seem to just kind of circle around her. And the dress, the bottom portion of her skirt, almost resembles that of a butterfly's. As far as the pattern goes, she's got little bells that hang off of the top portion of her skirt, and not bells, but like little metal plates, so that when she like moves around, they jingle like a gypsies and Indian women who do the dances, belly dancers. And then they also hang off the bottom portion of the top half of her outfit as well. As far as she goes, she seems to be looking around. Oh, the general look of them is almost confusion. Like they're trying to figure out where in the world they are. Now, with that being said, it's not so much as they were knocked out and brought here kind of vibe, as much as it is you were told they were brought from a different plane. So likely the confusion for that is that they're trying to figure out where this plane is and trying to take in all the different things. A culture shock for them almost, you would imagine. So the girl seems to be looking around a lot. Every now and again, you might see her like looking at something and her eyes will go wide, like she's slightly shocked at like that's amazing kind of thing. Right now, it's the lights on the front of the building. The gentleman next to her does have these like intricate, strange tattoos along the left side and left arm of his torso, his left side torso, and down his left arm. He also has like this almost golden glow to his eyes as well. He doesn't seem as curious as the rest of them, but he is definitely curious. Hold on, always ask.
Is his eyes golden as well?
His eyes are, yeah.
Charles is just gonna comment real quick, just like, damn, talk about a brother from an elven mother. Like,
he'll look directly at you and just kind of give like this side smirk. He seems very fit. Could probably do a number of things that you would ask of him. He's not as shocked at the new place that he's in, though you do see his curiosity, like to look around and see, what's going on every now and again. He might like tap his foot on the stone beneath his feet to try and get a good gauge of how sturdy it is. The orc right next to him looks like she is dressed for something along the lines that Jewel would typically be looking for, as far as like the gentleman's club type thing that you were trying to think about. She is dressed very, I guess sultry would be the word. Risque, maybe? I don't know the difference, honestly. They're synonymous to me. She's dressed well for the position. She kind of looks at you and smiles. A lot of her expressions on her face are going to be more of just like outgoing. She's looking at everybody, trying to kind of read them to see how they're reading her. Next to her is a much, much shorter goblin who is dressed roughly in the same way. In fact, looking at their clothes, they look like they may have come from the same place almost, if not exactly that. That one, however, does not seem as outgoing as the other one. Does not mean that she's not outgoing. She's just not used to being able to look people in the eye because she's so close to the ground. But she does, a lot of like turning in circles, looking at everything around her, almost like an excited child at Disney World. As you definitely can imagine, I'm sure, because you went there, didn't you? Disneyland, Disney World, something like that, Jewel?
I did.
Yeah, like that. Pretend it's basically your kid looking at everything there. That's basically what she's doing. And the other one doesn't really seem to be doing much. Every now and again, he'll look over, but he really just has like this blank expression on his face. And when you go up to him and look him in the eye, he just still has that blank expression, but he'll meet your gaze back. But the generalized feeling of these people is they're trying to figure out where the fuck they've been boofed to.
Just assume that last one is Sasuke. No.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking the entire time. Or Noctis.
The carpenter shares the same feeling as far as confusion goes. While obviously it does look like he knows his way around wood without talking to him, you're not entirely certain. But he doesn't look like he's really from around here either. Like all of these people have come from wherever the procurer procures people from.
Can I run insight to see what they think of us looking at us?
Yeah.
I would say the carpenter is already examining the stairs or the bridge that's got pieces missing.
22.
Oh yeah, this will be an easy fix. I can fix that over there. This could be done by the morning. This looks good. Yeah.
The carpenter seems excited to work on wood that he seems like he's never seen before. The others are really kind of just baffled at the things around them. At least the very first girl is. The guys seem to like be pretty nonchalant. They're pretty manly as far as like their expressions go. Not the typical like in their feelings man these days, kind of thing that women really like. It's more like how men think that people want men to be in this day and age. Manly, don't have feelings kind of thing.
Is Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Best episode ever.
The orc looks incredibly excited to see you guys. She seems more interested in your clothing styles than you. And then with Exilion especially, she is baffled by you because of the way you look. You can probably gather she's never seen a water genasi before. With the little one, she seems to be more along the lines of staring at your guys' footwear because it's easier for her to look at. And she seems to try to be inspecting, what it is that absorbing, rather, would be a better word, as to how this world works compared to their own. They don't seem scared, if that's what you're asking. They seem hopeful, curious, and for the most part excited, if for everybody that's not just a blank face right now.
I start to visibly relax a little bit.
What are the exact positions they are looking for? I look at the whatever he calls himself.
The procurer?
Whatever you call yourself, Maxwell says.
You can come up with the nickname if you're so inclined.
Salesman.
Salesman it is. Nice to meet you. I am the salesman.
He displays the creepy grin that you can only see again.
Now, Miss Ecthelion, have I addressed any concerns that you were having previously?
Temporarily.
To answer your question, I think it was Maxwell that asked about what positions they were wanting. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. I'll answer that for the salesman real quick for you. Obviously, the carpenter is obvious. If you need more detail, I'll be happy. But if not, I think that kind of speaks for itself.
He's already working on it.
This lady here, she could play a number of roles. She, as the darkness sets in more, you'll notice that more of the butterflies appear. And when she goes to like play with them, it seems she's more dancing than anything, and it's a pretty good dance. This guy here looks like he would do good in the waiting department. He's never tried a hand at theater, so he has no idea if he'd be any good at it. The orc was a server in her world plane. In her plane, she was a server, as well as the goblin friend of hers that did work at the same establishment. This guy is really kind of hard to read, though it does seem like you could kind of place him anywhere. The theater still is kind of like up in the air, possibly, though. He's so quiet, you have no idea if he'd be good there or not.
Names? I look at all of them.
All of them. So as we went over with the carpenter, while his name is Juke Lee, he goes by Juke.
Call me Juke.
With the, let me get him. 1 second. This one's name is Ewium. If you want spelling, I can.
I'm horrible at names.
It's okay. It's Eewiam. This one's name is Eodmas. I'm sorry, Edomos. Edomos. I pronounced it wrong. Aedomaz. The orc's name is Mag. Mag. The goblin's name is Upakit. Upakeet. And then this one goes by Or. Oer.
Man, even his name sounds boring, man.
It's
I
just
was
the
really
short
hoping it'd be
version.
OR, just OR or. I was really hoping.
No, the full spelling of his name, I just looked at, and my dyslexia was like, yeah, give it a go. Try. So, Or it was. It's really Orkihiaw. Or Oerkihiaw.
Discount.
See, the issue is, I think we're all going to be torn on who to pick, because I guess technically speaking, we do need 5 hands.
6 people there.
Well, I meant in terms of like normal day-to-day stuff.
We take them all.
Beat me to the
This
punch.
quickly.
For the time being, we have room and board, and maybe that will suffice in lieu of payment while we're getting the theater on its feet.
Pardon me, ma'am, if I could pause this before we go any further. If you have indeed decided you would like to hire some of the acquaintance here, it would be 25 gold for the transport, as we agreed upon.
Hey, what's going on out here? What the?
Oh, howdy, Watson. Just in time to meet the new hires.
Hello, what's the Havlin doing to the bridge?
Can you move him next to like Thelion? He's facing south and he has his left hand out to you to the left of him.
Charles will say.
Does everyone agree?
What'd you say?
25 gold for transport.
Yeah, he's basically saying it's 25 gold for all 6 people.
Does everyone agree?
Everyone else is fine with it? I'm fine with it.
Then it's settled. Who shall be paying?
Very well. And I'll hand over 25 gold.
All right.
Thank
the
you
minute-
for your patronage.
As soon as he says that, he boofs away again. And that's where we're going to end it because it's Critical Role time.
What?
Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday night.
Oh, I don't watch Critical Role.
Yeah.
Oh, you should.
So
You
I
learn
just
about the flying otters.
I just want to say after the fact, Talk, I'm so sorry that you rolled a 2 with a 26 performance check. I am so sorry.
So it was literally like, I do want to know, is it like a table for what happens? Or is it just...
Yes.
Oh,
That's all you need to know.
On a 20, you literally just die. It's like a worse version of the fucking deck of many things.
All right, I
mean,
gotta go.
it's-
The intro just ended.
All right, bye.
All right, I'll be right there.
Later.